All right. Okay, okay. All right, guys, we're witnessing some crazy stuff. All right, crazy stuff's going on here. Insane, insane. We're just gonna do a live stream. I am just gonna wait for people to get in here, and then we can go from there. All right, let's just wait for some people to hop on in. How you guys doing? How are you doing today? Just turn the mic up a little bit. There we go. Here. All right. I think that is giving people a good amount of time. All right, what is going on, guys? I am just going to do a live stream today instead of recording a video because it is Friday and we have the weekly update coming out tomorrow anyway. That'll literally just be out tomorrow around like, 9-10 a.m. All right, so I'm just going to, address this massive elephant in the room that I didn't know existed until like maybe 5 minutes ago when I looked at VIX. I had no idea this has happened to VIX, but I do want to just talk about some things because things don't really make sense. All right. They like kind of genuinely do not make sense with how things are moving. Okay. So this started rocket shipping at, 9:55 over there. Okay. You come over here to SPY and, guys, right over here, that's around where it just continued to rocket ship up. All right. Like that was this candlestick right here. You just continued higher. SPY was near its lows. Okay. So, the big guy or the big players that took these positions that made VIX rocket ship like this in SPX, the bearish positions they took, they kind of took near these lows. Okay. That is the fishy part. That is the thing that makes me wonder, like, hey, is there something bigger behind the scenes? All right. Like, I've been wondering, hey, this condition works every other time. We've been, using it for a while here on this channel. And it's literally just, hey, okay, unless you're getting a crash, VIX will crush anytime you get it near 65. It's happened for a very long time. Well, it's rocket shipping right now, and now it's up 60% on the day. Is this the one time it's going to be a crash? Is that what's going on here? I'm not saying we're getting a market crash because we're actually getting buyers stepping in across the board on just like, a plethora of things here. Okay, SMH right there, the 0.76 FIB, NVIDIA right here off of support, SMCI, like all of these are getting buyers stepping in. So I just got to wonder, why the heck is VIX up 60% right now? Is something bigger going on behind the scenes that we just can't see right now because we're looking at charts? Okay. Is that the case? But, I'm just going to say this thing has its daily RSI right here. I know it's not oversold yet, but, you can go a little lower. You're probably not going much lower. Like, things just don't add up. And I want to be very clear about that. They just literally don't add up. Why is VIX up 57% when SPY is only down 2.42%? Doesn't make sense. All right. Yeah. Like, why is Apple green right now? Is it actually green? I don't even know. Okay. Let's take a look. Yeah. Why is Apple green right now? Like, we're not crashing. That's the thing. Like, I know we're not crashing. I've been talking about it. QQQ is going to have like, a minus 3.5% gap down if this thing is actually going to crash, and it's going to come out of nowhere. And, you're going to have a day like this where you, gap down that 3 point right there, 3.6%. That's insane. Okay. Now I understand we had a pretty big gap down today, but it's still not that. All right. And now we have a lot of these things, having these slow sell offs. Okay. Which makes me think, again, we're not crashing. Okay, QQ did have a decent sized gap down, but it was not that. It was 1.9%. Either way, VIX is up around 60%. I just wanted to come on here and talk about, what this really means. It means someone behind the scenes, big players, a big player or players, who cares? Point is, it happened. Only thing that moves picks up over here is puts being bought on SPX and calls being sold on SPX. The only thing that brings it down is when those puts get sold or calls get bought on SPX. Well, you know, it's up this much, so I'm gonna guess, all right, it's that first thing we just brought up. Yes, someone has bought in large amounts of puts on SPX, or they sold a lot of calls, which means they're taking a bearish bet. So that is that. So it's definitely, you know, reason to be cautious here. But I'm also going to point things out across the board. You know, your downside is probably limited from this point forward. We did point out the big 533.07 level in yesterday's video. You did not hold that level. Okay, the next big spot is going to be 524.61. Does it get hit? I really have no idea. All right, no idea. Okay, I'm going to say if you want to buy the fallen knife, make sure you're buying time on your, you know, things right there. No financial advice, but, you know, that's really the only way to go about this if you are trying to buy the thing. IWM is down 4% on the day. You're down in the golden pocket now at this point. You've now returned to, you know, 207.56 support here underneath here. You have 204.64. This is your golden pocket. Here is where you want to see buyers step in. I do think you're likely to get the higher low over here, considering you just now broke above this level right here. Okay, it was a fresh breakout after, you know, years of not breaking out. You're just consolidating in that big old range here. That's years. Okay. IWM is, you know, in that area where we probably would be seeing the higher low get put in. Okay, we thought we saw capitulation. No, this is what that looks like when, you know, that last line of buyers or, you know, the holders, they decide to, you know, oh my God, we're going lower, let's sell it. Okay, and then there you go. Okay, that is what creates these large red candlesticks right here. DIA, guys, what are we looking for over here? Golden pocket test, 393. That is where the 0.618 fib lies. That is the first spot where you could be finding them buyers. And I will just point out, you had a whole lot of stuff going on right here. So, you know, that is probably going to be somewhere that buyers decide to start stepping in. Okay, so that is that. On SPY, guys, 524.61 on the downside. On the upside, we have 536.89 and 540.30. And that is that. All right. And, you know, because things are so crazy, okay, I will just, you know, go over something that you could be doing with me if you would like to, okay? This 2-minute, all right, 2-minute 90 EMA I spoke about in yesterday's video. It will continuously get these things. If you start seeing a knife underneath, look for the retest of that thing, all right? There is your entry for your little short scalp right there. You could do it both ways, okay? It will provide you entries both ways. Right here, you were getting, you know, consolidating underneath. You kept coming back up to retest it, okay? And you had this bottom of the range there. It looked like you were going to start breaking down. So we were, you know, that's where we were going for. You did start breaking down. And again, you got one more test on there. You got another short right there. But now it is flipping back to the long side. And we are retesting right here, this key spot at 18.545. And hey, get above there. You're probably going to come up to test 18.612. All right, and that's that. About 50% allocated long. I could be wrong, but I tell you this much. I've shorted in this position before and lost my butt. Yeah, I'm just saying. So, you know, hey, I didn't think you were going to fall this much. Okay, I'm going to say that. I know exactly what you're talking about. It sucks that you've fallen this much, but you also do know from this point in time, like, hey, you know, downside's got to be limited at this point. Amazon's daily RSI hit 30. Even with this hammer candlestick, it's still underneath 30. Okay. We have a lot of things that look like this. Okay. Microsoft is down here at support. Daily RSI is now under 30. It's at 29. We talked about this in yesterday's video. Meta, you know, we did say after again something like that, it does suggest you're probably going to be retesting these two levels down there. 482.50 under there, 476.30. You did find buyers there at 476.30, considering the low of the day was 476.15. All right, crazy thing is we're just back at the May break and retest area. Yeah, I mean, you know, I wish I had this, was, you know, eyeballing this massive big picture, and, you know, I was just, you know, applying just a teensy bit more patience. But, you know, I will say this has made me focusing on scalping in this time. I've definitely worked like every day on just, you know, scalping strategies and getting better in that department. All right, because futures, guys, really is going to be that. You know, hey, you want to be a short-term trader, you're getting, so if you have, you know, the right setups, you're getting these setups on a daily basis. If you want to, you know, hey, go on that. You want to apply some focus into your life, and stare at the screen. All right, you get the chance to do so every single day, and you get a lot of these setups just continuously present themselves over here. So I will say that is the one thing that I have been focused on, but I should be focusing on. All right, in these times where, like, what tells me that I should be focusing on the downside every single time? All right, that is what I, probably definitely should be putting all my attention on, because this, I know there are people out there that made a killing on this, and that just wasn't me at all. It just wasn't me, and maybe it wasn't you. All right, and that shows that you also, just like me, have some things that you could definitely be working on to step up your game. Okay, because this is, I guarantee, guys, this is the same thing we're going to see. I'm not saying VIX. We're not going to see that all the time. VIX being up 50, 60%. We're not going to see that all the time, okay? But I definitely will guarantee right now, and I'm not going to put out a lot of guarantees. I like to say no financial advice because, guys, at the end of the day, I know for a fact every YouTuber out there, nobody wants to admit it, but yeah, people probably are making decisions off of the things they hear on YouTube, and I know they do that. I'm not stupid. Okay, so I try and just minimize, me feeling bad about all that, and stuff like that. I can sit in, red for quite some time. That's fine. I've lost my butt before. I've been back. I will be fine. I just hate knowing that other people are doing that, and I hate knowing that I may have influenced that, and I hate that. All right, so there's that. So yeah, no financial advice, guys, but I can definitely guarantee we're going to see this time and time again. You're going to see that. You're going to see that. You're going to see cycles, and it's not always going to be sunshine and freaking rainbows where you could just continuously, you could just keep making bags and bags and bags just by betting on the long side because every single dip gets bought up. There are going to be times when it's like that, and it is our job as traders to make sure we don't lose our butts when these times happen. We can actually be, yeah, that's what I was saying. Okay, rent-free. I can look at the things that I look at, and I will talk about them, and I will share my opinion, but I absolutely freaking hate when people come on here. The amount of freaking people, there are 5 freaking people that came back on my video yesterday just to try and make me feel bad, and I hate people like that. Okay, I hate it. Like, you've really got to come to, like, I already feel bad enough. You got to come back and you got to try and bring me down. Yeah, kick me while I'm down, why don't you? That's the only time the haters come out, is when I'm wrong, and it doesn't happen a lot, but when I am wrong, it's usually a scenario like this where, yeah, all right, things are working, and now I see why things might not be working. We really are in that, whack job scenario that I can't see coming, guys. I cannot see it coming, okay? So that is that. I mean, you could blame your boy Henry all you want. It just know when you do that, and you do it vocally, I definitely do feel bad about it. So, like, I would definitely appreciate if people just didn't do that. But, yeah, of course I was wrong. Okay. I think it's very obvious, but just continuously bring that up. There's nothing we could do about it. There's nothing we could do about it. The only thing I could do is just go back to looking at things level by level. Okay. I don't want to sit here making bottom calls. I don't want to say all that. I pointed out in yesterday's video, very unbiased to me. I saw the candlestick print yesterday. I saw it had heavy volume. I saw we had a lot of areas of confluence lower on these charts. And I said, we're probably going lower tomorrow. So even though a bunch of people are mad that I made bottom calls, at the end of the day, I will continuously try and do my best to provide unbiased technical analysis, which I think I did a very good job of in yesterday's video. So I will pat myself on the back, because there are a lot of dickheads in the audience that want to come out in full throttle when things are bad. Okay. But at the end of the day, that's like, 2/10 of the stuff I talk about is just me throwing out predictions. Come on, man. Just understand, we cover the charts every single day. Stuff happens. Okay. Price goes up, price goes down. When certain levels break, we will always be talking about those downside scenarios. I'm not going to say I think it's likely all the time, but we will definitely always talk about them, which I know we did. And that is that. Okay, down here at 533.07, that is the spot that I said looked good over here. Underneath there, I even put this level right here in yesterday's video. Why? Because it is on the table. It is a big spot. That is how it is. Okay, that's that. Let me catch my breath. There we go. People out here buying QQ all-time highs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, people seeing it, I understand things do look scary. Like why is VIX up 50%? That's the only reason I came on the live stream. I was like, well, I'm gonna live stream when it's up 50%. People are probably thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Holy crap, something's gotta be going on behind the scenes. What the heck's going on? But then you come over here to Bitcoin. What is it doing? It's barely down, all right? So we can't be having a crash. So things don't add up, you know? That's how I'm thinking of it. Um, yeah, that's like what I try and remind people at the end of the day. It is just my opinion. I can't be right all the time. I like to be right all the time. I can't though. And that's like what you guys have seen maybe the past like 1 to 2 weeks. All right? I can't be right all the time. Sometimes. Sometimes. But I also will say sometimes I'm a greedy piece of poop. All right. Like yesterday, it gave me exactly what I wanted. I tested this golden pocket. Yeah, okay, we didn't get 5583, but you know, I could take in a crap ton of risk off the table here. I had the thought before Amazon earnings and stuff. That was that. But you know, sometimes things don't play out in the picture perfect manner, and that's you know, that's that. That is what we got this time around. Nvidia is going up. Nvidia is, that's what I was saying. Things are finding buyers at this point as VIX was up 60%. So that's why I wanted to come on the live and point out, like, I didn't want to sit there editing. That was going to take an extra hour. And then you guys see it. Now you guys could just hear the thoughts as things are, you know, in the present there, which is, hey, they don't make sense. Buyers are stepping in. VIX, you know, it could potentially get crushed. That was the thought when it was sitting up here at 60%. I still think it makes no sense that someone took a large bet here as SPY reached these lows. Does not make sense to me. But, you know, maybe we'll find out later. Maybe tomorrow we'll have a minus 5% day and it'll be freaking crazy and everyone will lose their butts again. Maybe. All right. Maybe. That's the thing VIX is signaling. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I think we're probably going to start rebounding. You come over here to some of these big chip boys. All right, guys. What the heck is this thing? You came back down to the bottom of that zone over here, okay? This is MU. Its daily RSI has a bullish divergence sitting on it. Price has came all the way back down there after having like a 30-40% rip, 60% rip. I take it back, 60% rip. You've returned back down in here, and now you have fallen 40%, all right? Which means, you know, if you were to get all the way back up here, that's 60% move. But even if you just come up here, 25% gain over there, it's probably going to be bouncing back from around here. It doesn't like to stay down here. This was in your bear market, and you printed that bullish divergence, and then you had that rally. All right, and from the low, you did end up rallying, you know, 15%. That is not a lot in comparison to what has just happened over here. I understand that. But, you know, you could see the same thing I see down there. TSM also came down to that key spot over here at 148.43. We mentioned in yesterday's video. A lot of these things, they were coming down to these key levels. They're finding buyers off those key levels, and the daily RSIs are oversold. That is that. You got ARM over here, 0.786 fib. That is where the buyer stepped in. Daily RSI was oversold. All right, so that is something to point out there. Avgo, you found buyers on the long-term uptrend. We pointed that out a few days ago. Okay. This is probably the sexiest chip setup that I can see right now. You know, I know NVIDIA is the big boy, but this has a clear as day bullish setup, and that is definitely something to talk about. SMCI buyers, I'm not going to say I know what you were trying to buy off of, but I will say you have a hammer candlestick on this potential island gap reversal if you can get a gap up tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, but it would be Monday. NVIDIA, big boy, you guys could see the same thing I see, all right? It wanted to revisit 100 again. Did I think it was going to happen? No. Did it happen? Yeah. And you're finding buyers off that support yet again, okay? What are we going to be watching on the upside over here on NVIDIA? 112, all right? I'm going to change this level. It's going to be right here at 111.58. Above 111.58, we have 118.04 as your resistance. We do know sellers are going to be there, so that is where, you know, if we see it over the next few trading sessions, hey, all right, not a bad idea to take some risk off the table because, you know, this market is a freaking, hey, it wants to keep throwing rabbits out the hat at you, boy. So, hey, not a bad idea. You see this up here again. We know sellers are there. Maybe we just decide to range out. Maybe you get another chance to go long over here. But, you know, if you're holding long, that is definitely a good spot right there. All right. Yeah, see, things like this, I just know the fundamentals of the company. You know, the company's not going anywhere. You also have a big key spot right below with the daily RSI right here. So if you get down there, it's probably going to be near 30. Yeah, all right. These are the things that are probably going to lead, like these good choices here, good setups, good choices, long-term buys here. You got them across the freaking board right now. I don't think it's going to result in anything bad. Okay. So there's that. I do my best not to put financial advice out there, but I'll stand by that opinion. I don't think buying it at the levels that we're seeing these things, I don't think anyone's making a terrible decision. I do not. That is that. 2870 is the daily RSI. You could put a red marker here, okay, and just see every other time it's gone down here, you have a big reversal right around the corner. All right, you go back for years, okay, years and years. It doesn't dance around there too often. It just doesn't. But these are the times that really the only times that you get given these opportunities to buy at oversold condition when it's cheaper than the average price it's been trading at. That's how I see it. Tesla came down to 205.60. Not quite. All right, not quite. You found buyers off the 0.618 fib at 207.20. But underneath 207.20, you got nothing until 205.60, and that is the big spot that I was paying attention to. All right, my alert did get hit earlier. I'm going to add a new alert just right next to that key spot at 205.60. Underneath 205.60, you have 191.08. All right, Amazon, guys. Big hammer candlestick on the rebound here. I'm going to take off that. I'm going to take off that. I'm going to take off that. We're going to leave that zone there. We're going to bring it right over there, all right? So the key spot we're going to be paying attention to is going to be 176.80 on this rebound. That's where you completely broke down from. We should find sellers right here if I had to take a guess. And above there, we have that low right there at 181.70. Not 181.70, 181.22. And that is that. All right, Meta, how are we looking over here? You did find buyers off this 476.30 level. On the upside, you are now finding sellers at 492.39, it looks like. All right, pretty picture perfect. Level to level price action right there. Above here, guys, you have 510. That's that. On the downside, if you do give up 476.30, you can come all the way down here to 465. And that would be, the next key spot. I'm actually going to change that level right there. We're going to make you the low of that candlestick, 466.75. All right, Goog, how are we looking over there? Came back down, did not take out the lows, but you were, fixing to do so. If you do take out these lows, watch 165.76 as support underneath there, 161.70. That is, another breakout level right there that we could be paying attention to, just like we had up here. Of course, did not, you bounced off for the dead cat bounce, and then, you sold down. So that is where we're going to be watching over here. If it gets tested, daily RSI should be oversold. As you see over there, I don't even want to I don't want to talk about this daily RSI no more. I don't. But, you got VIX looking like this and everything else looking like how it is, oversold. It's probably going to resolve in a big bounce at some point. I can't, I don't even want to say, oh, yeah, just give it 1-2 weeks, because I said give it 1 to 2 weeks. It was now 1 week ago. So now we got 2 weeks for that call to make good. And I don't like that. Okay. So I don't even want to give a time frame on this. I could just tell you how things are shaping up. You short like this over time, every time, you're probably going to lose your butt every time. And eventually, it's only a matter of time until that happens this time. I just said time like 4 or 5 times. It is what it is. I just said it again. Buy with time. Everything is at discount right now. Starter positions are safe, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's up, my man? What's up, Jack Black? What is up? All right. Don't feel bad. These are learning opportunities. Yeah, they are learning opportunities. That's what I was saying. It's kind of just made me, really just focus on different things there. Like, during these times, right? I just want to, I want to learn how to benefit from these every single day. All right, consistently. If I can do that, I will be a happy camper. Kind of been a happy camper recently. If during this, things have sucked, but at the end of the day, I'm looking at it like that. These are learning opportunities. It definitely, showed me that I had a complete blind side that I was not paying attention to, and that's where the learning comes in. People always be mad even if you're right. Yeah, that is how it is. People just kind of forget about it. And I do know in this business, it is only as good as your last trade, as they like to say. And that's kind of how it is. You're only as good as your last call, only as good as your last trade. And that's just how it is viewed in this business. That is how it is. All right, what are your thoughts? Lumen Tech. What is the ticker symbol on Lumen Tech? Because I don't know it. So I don't know. Don't know my thoughts yet. AESI. What do we got going on over there? Big red. All right. Daily RSI is definitely down, pretty much in the same spot. You started rebounding, but then you based out last time, and then you eventually had that little move up compared to this, big move down here. I wouldn't say it's strong, guys. You're coming down to these lows again. You're probably going to take out these lows when you get, close enough to them. You typically just see it act as a magnet, and then you take that out. The next major spot I see on this chart is going to be all the way down there towards 18 bucks. All right, you take that, and it's going to align with your golden pocket there. All right, right down at 18 bucks. Curious on Bitcoin right now. Lumnen. Oh, look at that. The exact opposite of the ticker we just took a look at. Skyrocketing. All right. It's like the VIX today. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, hey, you're probably thinking the same thing. I think. Okay. You see where you broke down from. All right. This is where you were basing out. You broke down 816 over there. All right. A more immediate level is going to be below the candlestick right there at 499. If you can get above 499, watch for that level to be tested right here. But if you're just going to take the golden pocket from this whole decline, we're going to use this high right here. All right. Looking all the way up there. The only reason this looks so wacky is because this is log scale. I'm going to take that off. I'm just going to say, hey, pay attention to 499, 609, and 816 is definitely a very key spot there if it is tested. And that's that. Oh my God. No. That is a big boy NVIDIA position too, dude. That is, oh my God. You guys, I always feel bad for other people. I do. My girl texted me the other day and we're on FaceTime and I convinced her to buy some NVIDIA. All right. And it was right around the 110 mark. Okay. So that sucks. And then I told her, I was like, here's the difference on NVIDIA. It moves crazy. And as we could see, it really is capable of having these crazy moves, guys. This is in one day. One day. All right. I understand there's technically two in the after hours. And then there's that. But, 24 hours, you saw it move 20%. This is the volatility, if you're not used to it, that, you'd definitely be panicking. And there's that. So, I won't be telling her to buy nothing else or anything. I don't know. I don't like telling people that stuff. All right. Everybody does what they want with their own money. And, I'm happy to share my opinion on stuff. But there's that. But, when all right, when someone only bought because of you, and then you see that position down, you're like, oh, it's a whole nother level of feeling bad about it. You're like, dang. And then sometimes, I got a buddy Dave, all right, we talk about the market sometimes when I'm real confident on things. Sometimes he benefits, sometimes he doesn't, and that's that. But yeah, that's how I see those things. But yeah, NVIDIA, honestly, guys, this thing looks like it's going to be snapping back from here. If it does come down to 97.40, that is definitely going to be the major test down there of that, major breakout level. And that's really that. All right, guys. So that's really all I got for you guys today. I just wanted to do the live because, crazy things were happening when the VIX being up 60% and all earlier. I was like, might as well, talk about it and point out what that means. Something big could be lurking behind the scenes. We really don't know. All right. We don't know why someone decided to make this go up like this. All right. This is literally when SPY and SPX was at, its lows over here. It was getting down. It was right here. Okay. So why during this consolidation did someone take such a massive bearish bet on VIX? Makes no freaking sense to me. Or it was bearish bet on the SPX. So that's that. That's why no financial advice will be given. Yes, that is exactly why no financial advice will be given. Because, I can keep coming on here and doing. I got no problem sharing my opinion every day. But, when you get 5 comments on the video the day after, just saying, oh, you're wrong. Oh, my God, you're terrible. Oh, my God. Guys, that doesn't make someone feel good. It doesn't, it's completely free me coming on here and doing it every day. So I don't get why people come on and, leave these hateful comments. But, it is what it is. I guess it will come with the territory. I will never understand why someone will stoop that low, considering it is completely free. And I really don't understand. I'm just trying to, do my best out here to provide value in this marketplace we call YouTube. And that's that. It's Michael Burry. Yeah, Michael Burry is I haven't heard that name in a very long time. I wonder if he's short on this. Did he have another market crash call? Maybe. Sold my 100 strike NVIDIA calls that expire on December 2024. I bought them when NVIDIA was at 117. Oh my gosh, no. It's going back to 117. Easily before then. Oh my gosh. I feel you. Only time I told someone to buy something was in 2008 to egg from 0.3 to 30. Oh my god. That's amazing. I hate people are losing. Yeah. Yeah, that's how it happens. Usually that's the only thing I could think of, just psychology wise. Why would you want to come on, take your own time to come on someone's channel that you know they're going to consistently upload to, all right? But you take your own time, take the time of day, take the thought, take the energy just to write out, you know, take that 30 to like a 2 minute period, we'll say 30-second, 2 minute period to write out a hateful comment that you know if you hit the post thing, like, hey, if that person's going to read it, he's going to feel bad about it. That's how that is going to go. So like the only reason someone would do that if they are feeling bad, and I understand, but you know, at the end of the day, when I write out a dickhead comment, like some of the responses I want to answer some of these things, all right, and then you know, I'm like, you know, this isn't benefiting anybody to say this. It's definitely not benefiting me to say this. I will just erase it and heart it. And then yeah, that's kind of how that usually goes. But I hate feeling like that. All right, you gonna buy a Mustang. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I like Mustangs. My neighbor got a Mustang. Like he's had a Mustang since graduated college and got a Mustang. He got a nice like $50,000. But I don't know. Until I'm in a position, I don't know. Until I have like $1 million net worth, I really don't want to buy a really expensive car. But I feel like I'll definitely go on a binge, a spending binge. Whenever that is the case, I probably will buy a nice Porsche. It's so nice. You get paid from your YouTube channel. I make like 500 to 600 from YouTube ads each month. That's like pretty much it. But no, at the end of the day, it is just growing in the space. I would like to grow in the Twitter space. I just do know that, yeah, uploading to Twitter, you know, having my Discord and stuff, and then also sharing with the Twitter, you know, I don't want to, you know, like it's uploading to two different spots. You got to determine what you're going to share, you know, over there. And then I already do share like a lot of my stuff here on YouTube anyway. So like it's kind of me posting the same exact stuff that I would in the YouTube videos over on Twitter. And, you know, I don't know. It's a lot more urgent over there, whereas over here on YouTube, it's more lenient. Oh, I could just wait for things to digest. At the end of the day, I just make all in one go, you know, an update over there. Whereas if you do want to grow in the Twitter space, you got to, hey, if you're seeing stuff, you see your alerts get hit, you got to post right there. That's what the people want. So, you know, it's a bit more time demanding and, you know, your focus has to be, you know, on that. So that is a different thing. What calls? You bought calls before earnings. You talking Amazon earnings? That would make sense if you if you got smoked off of these and had calls before them. That would definitely make sense. Don't smoke weed and trade. I speak from experience. Hey, I also agree that does not work. I will also agree with that. I also speak from experience. I feel like I realized that about a year ago. They don't go together. They don't. It was probably longer than that. I don't know. They don't. Let's look at it this way, guys. You smoking weed is meant to slow down your brain. Maybe it's not the purpose of it, but that's how I see it. All right. If I ever, you know, do that, I feel like the only reason to do that is to slow yourself down. I think that's the only reason anyone would ever smoke, you know, marijuana or marijuana. I guess that's not how you say it. So yeah, all right. In trading guides, you kind of gotta be at least if you're sitting there scalping, you're not just sitting there swing trading. You have to be, you know, focused on what you're watching. You literally have to be. That's why I made the joke in yesterday's video. Hey, if you want to sit there staring at a screen, I gave you guys a setup in yesterday's video that will just continuously present itself where you start breaking down. It's, you know, today we can actually just go back over there and I will point out, all right, you got plenty of scalp opportunities over here when you just continuously kept pushing lower. and sometimes it's going to chop it up over here. And from that point, you just got to trade a range, trade your levels, okay? And sometimes things get really clean. I wasn't trading any of this. I was here on this live stream. Bull market is over. Someone actually said, I think it's the start of a bear market. I don't know if it was on YouTube or it was in the Discord yesterday, but I saw it and I was like, you know what? That's probably what a lot of people are thinking right now. And then we see VIX. All right, we see VIX up 57% at the high, 58%. Insanity, all right? But you see all these 2-minute EMA tests right here, 2-minute 9 EMA. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Combine that with your confluence right there. There's continuous trade setups over here on NQ every day here on this 2-minute chart. So, I'll point those out, okay? AMD. I'm sorry to hear that. The troll trolled you. The troll trolled. It's okay. Everything trolled me recently. Amazon, I thought was not going to go that direction, but that is okay. Yeah, AMD, honestly, I don't know where this thing is going right now, because we do have this thing sitting down there with the bullish divergence, and you are in the golden pocket for this whole run right here. But at the same time, you've broken down through a major uptrend here, long-term uptrend that you have held for quite some time now. That could be a big thing. So, hey, caution is warranted over here on AMD. Why can't I super chart? Like, you mean this right here, right? This is the super chart on TradingView, I think it is. Great channel. Hey, great viewership, bro. Appreciate you. Oof, AMD is bad. AMD is real bad, dude. That is amazing. I don't know how it continuously just, dies off like this. But, we are in a market where everything's kind of doing that anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to dip out of here. There's not going to be a video today because we have just done this and we have chatted here on live on stream for the past 36 minutes. I was just doing this because, I saw what VIX is doing. I was thinking, hey, I'm not going to wait an hour to get the video out to the people. I'm just going to cover this. And then, I could share thoughts in real time over here. Super chat. I don't have super chat turns on. I don't know. I know people sometimes, so that's what I do know. That's why when the haters come out, I'm just like, come on, man. I get a lot of messages thanking me, and it's for like big amounts of money, and I feel amazing about it. And then, people hate, and I don't know what the haters are dealing with. Like, I don't know. I don't know how much, but I do know some people, guys, we have a lot of whales in our community. I'm just going to definitely say that for a fact. A lot of people just trade with, a couple $100,000. And I'm, hey, all the power to you, dude. Keep doing it. Keep going, dude. You're literally, you made it. In trading, all right, you have a couple $100K account. Just know, you're probably only a few years away from having $1 million. You could be within a year from having $1 million account. Regardless, my point is, you have the habits to get up to that level. And that is a very good thing. I think that's really all that matters in trading. And once you get to that certain point where you can consistently do that, I have a feeling it just kind of keeps going there if you keep applying those habits. It's like the whole Alex Hormozi, methodology that he has, that he shares throughout most of his videos. Like, just do the simple things and you could just keep going. The only things these big dogs, these big companies have done different than the little companies is they've nailed all of the little things that they have to keep doing every single day, every single week. They have just consistently done them for longer. And, I think that's what the trading game is. All right. You could just keep going. And that's that. Hey, I love you too. I love you too. And I love all of you. And with that being said, I will